Hello, you guys. So, work hard, find your why, work on your passion. That is what we're going to talk about today. I am Itu, and along with our very, very special guest for today, we are here to rock your world. So, let's get rolling and make those fires burn even higher. All right, so who is our special guest for today? Check this out. Pay close attention. He is a CEO as well as an honorary consul. I won't tell you which country just yet, but check this out. It's very interesting. It's actually a very, very nice story. He's originally from lovely and mysterious Peru. Being a college student with big dreams, but at the same time having to deal with political instability, personal uncertainties, and a general lack of opportunities at the time, he set his goals to make it no matter what, climbing one step at a time, the ladder towards success, until one day, 27 years ago, he founded his own company, US Translation Company. Now, since he has helped several thousands of people through his profession, and he is very dedicated, and he really, really likes helping people through it. Mhm. He believes, as well as his company, that the language barrier between one business or company can be set aside and handled by correctly helping them get in communication, which is very nice. And he believes is obviously one or the main ingredient of good relationships as well as in the business and outside the business world. Mhm. He is, what are his qualities? Well, a few of his main qualities are he is hardworking, he is dedicated, he takes his role as a loving husband and as a father like the most important thing in his life and his main motivation. And he's also a very, very nice gentleman. So, without further ado, let's give it up for our very special guest of the day, David Utrilla. Ah.
Hello, guys, and thank you so much, E2, for such a wonderful and great opportunity to speak with your audience. And the introduction was amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you. We are so happy to have you here. I mean, there's so much to be said about you, but I wanted to, let you be the one to let us in a little bit more on all those things you have to say because as you mentioned and the information that you sent me, there's so much about the things that you do for society, not only through your company, but also through being an honorary consul, which I think is very interesting. We've never had a guest like you before. So I'm dying to hear more about it. So please tell us.
Yes, so I am the honorary consul of Peru in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I was appointed by the president of Peru for this role and accredited by the US Department of State. So I am an official, I'm a diplomat, and I help the Peruvian population here, which is large in Utah, 45,000 Peruvians,
Wow.
with all of their paperwork or whatever they may need. And I, more than an opportunity, for me, it's a blessing to serve the people that I love.
That is amazing. Very, very nice words. Big smile too. Like I can tell you enjoy doing it.
I do enjoy it. I've been doing this for the last almost 13 years.
Wow. How did that happen? Like all of a sudden it just fell on your plate or you went after,
No, I didn't have any experience or background in diplomacy, or even I didn't have anything college related. Uh, my only background as far as education goes, it was a minor in international business. That was it. But I actually got to know the consul general in Denver, and he came to Utah one time, and he was looking for people that he can recommend for the position of honorary consul here, because we have a large community in the state of Utah, and he came across my name. So he spoke with me. At the time, to be honest with you, I was not involved much with the Peruvian community in the state of Utah, and he made a recommendation. A year later, I got a phone call while I was there in Peru by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs
Wow.
there in Peru, and I got to meet. They interviewed me, and they basically told me that they will submit a recommendation to the president, so the
Jesus.
president can make this official. And here I am, 13 years later,
Jesus
serving
Christ.
in this capacity, that is awesome and wonderful.
That is so interesting. I mean, it basically came out of nowhere, and you're doing an amazing, amazing job. Something that is so valuable and so needed, correct?
Yes, and the most important thing for me is to serve so many people that are in need. Nobody comes to the consulate just to say hi or for something that is not important. Everybody comes to the consulate because they need to have something done urgently, and it's basically an emergency. Um,
Yes.
and I'm happy to provide that assistance and that help that they need. And we have been able to help thousands of people during all of these 13 years. And that gives me a lot of fulfillment and a lot of course, satisfaction for sure.
Wow. But it's amazing to have such a VIP. And sometimes one thinks about any sort of politician as people that are very, very formal sometimes,
Mhm.
and it's just so nice and refreshing to see a person with such a heart, such a smile. It's that is so easygoing, but also that has a lot of care and interest for his community and serving, to create that link between Peruvians and the U.S. And it's very refreshing. So I congratulate you a lot.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so how about we get down to the questions that we usually do for our special guests. It's about how they achieve their success, and each story is different, but it helps people to get inspired and to see that one is not born in a cradle of success. One needs to work for it. Correct?
Yes, a lot of sweat for sure. You have to work hard.
Okay, good. So I actually want to know. Tell me, David, what was the moment you realized something had to change?
This was while I was at college. I was at college in Peru, and most people go to college because they want to improve their lives. They want to be able to learn things that can help them with their success or with their progress. And I was one of those in Peru. However, at the time there was a lot of political instability. There were there were no opportunities, and there was, because of that, there was not much hope. And one of the worst things that can happen to a young individual is to don't have any hope. And I was at that point where I thought I need to pursue my dreams by going to another country. And that country for me was the United States, because it was the land of opportunities, uh, a place where I can get educated. And I knew that the United States was a country where you don't have to come from a rich family to be successful. You can be as poor as I was, and as long as I work hard, as long as I get an education, that was going to be the big equalizer, and that was going to put me in the same level as the rich person that has everything. So I was, my big desire was that. And of course, when I came here, I came to college, and for me, that whole thing changed. It went from no hope to basically be dreaming big, and where I was feeling like that, literally, that the sky was the limit.
Amazing. That's fantastic. What challenges did you have to overcome?
That's a very good question. The first one and most important one was that I didn't speak English. And I very quickly learned that without being able to communicate, I wasn't going to succeed. So my first focus was I must learn the language. That the only thing that is going to prevent me from being successful and for fulfilling my dreams was going to be the language. So I
Mhm.
put all of my energy into learning English. And I went to college. I enrolled with the ESL program there at the university. And then I started to learn the language, and this only enhanced my motivation and confirmation that I was going to be successful just by doing this. Obviously, English is not enough. I need to also learn how to do business. I need to get my college education, and I did that as well. So I was blessed to know that learn at an early age what are the steps that I need to take in order to succeed and in order to fulfill my dreams. And that was what happens to me.
Wow. So it's very interesting because, like you said, the first thing you knew you had to tackle, the first obstacle was the language, and then years later, you go ahead and you put a company there that does exactly that.
Yeah, that and actually, I need to tell you this is kind of funny. So while I was at college, I was attending college. I started to think about, you know what? Perhaps many people like me are having problems in communicating, and I started to think about maybe I do a business out of my challenge, and that thought, an idea, became an obsession. I was thinking day and night about how can I help companies, people, organizations to be able to communicate. That way, language is not a barrier. And I created this company, US Translation, while I was attending college,
Wow.
actually, 27 years ago. And the mission then and today, it was and it is to break language barriers, and by providing effective communication, because I believe that the main ingredient for good relations is good communication. I also believe that the main ingredient for conflicts is bad communication.
Right.
So I created this company under those principles, and now we have been able to gain many clients that we serve, and of course be successful in what we do. And I'm living my dream. This is what I dreamed to have 27 years ago, and today I came every day to work with the same passion, with the same enthusiasm, and uh, and I feel like I'm a very blessed person because
Wow.
I'm doing what I love.
Amazing. I love the way how you emphasize certain words like efficiency and passion and hardworking because I can tell they come from your heart and they give you that big joyful smile that we can see right now and that is just fantastic. I love that. Let me ask you this thing. What key things helped you overcome those barriers?
Well, there's something specific. First of all, this is not easy. Is full of challenges and difficulties and problems. And so one of the things that helped me was number one, working hard. But working hard is not enough. You have to also be very strategic about what is that you want to accomplish. You have to have clarity in your mind. Okay, what is that I need? Why am I doing this? My why is very important because the why is going to be your engine, especially when you have challenges and when there is things that don't go your way. The other thing that helped me a lot was to surround myself great people. I have wonderful mentors, employees, relations, friends that were able to help me and to overcome these challenges. So that way it was not heavy. It's very difficult if you try to do everything on your own.
Mhm.
So I think I was very good at surrounding myself wonderful people, and that helped me a lot in getting the success that I have been able to experiment.
Wow. Okay, good. So, the mindset, uh-huh. Surrounding yourself of successful people, people that are positive and that are hardworking and that have good relationships. Mhm.
Mhm.
Those would be the ingredients that our audience have to look for.
The other thing that I will have to add, and this is something that I have practiced through all of my life, but it has more relevance now than before, is serving others.
Nice.
And basically being able to help the community that you live without expecting anything in return is something that is amazing. You can call it blessings, you can call it karma, whatever you want to call it, but I feel like that the more that you give, the more you receive. And in my case, I've been in both places. As a recipient, I have been very fortunate to get help from very generous people or organizations or like the universities that I
Mhm.
have attended. However, I feel that I have received the biggest reward and the biggest fulfillment by giving help to others. And that help comes as an advice, as a financial donation, or as giving your time to serve in different positions to help the community. And I believe that that has been one of the main ingredients also of how I was able to get to where I am today.
Wow, that is very important and it's very nice too. Okay, good. So, guys, also make sure you include that one, helping others, serving others without expecting anything in return, and life will give you back in return. Fantastic. So good so far and so valuable too. Let's go to the next one. So, what impact made your success on others?
Like I was mentioning, business-wise, my company why and purpose is to help organizations to overcome language barriers as they are going to foreign markets. So I have been able to help thousands of people and companies and individuals. And through that help, they also have been able to help many others to be able to expand these operations. And now, I guess now exclusive to business, I have been able to work even with religious organizations, with humanitarian organizations, with organizations that provide education throughout the world. And they themselves have been able to help thousands of people, especially to those that are in need.
Mhm.
And my company has been able to help them with that, with breaking the language barrier for them to be able to do what they're good at. That's one way. The second way is that through my position as an honorary consul, as I was mentioning before, I have been able to help thousands of people that way too, and that has created a big fulfillment in my life. And also, I belong to many boards as an advisor, as a trustee, and in different organizations that relate to education, health, um, banking, businesses, humanitarian, and international relations. And I feel that the impact of what I have been able to contribute to these organizations has been very big for sure.
Wow, amazing. Yes. So you've touched, I mean, thousands, maybe upon thousands of people. That is such an amazing accomplishment. Very, very well done on you. Keep going, please.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I am a believer of legacy, and one thing that is for certain in this life is that all of us are going to die someday. We don't want to think about it, but it's going to happen. And it's very important to think about how do you want people to remember you, especially those that are close to you, the ones that you love. And that's why I'm trying to build a legacy, uh, and create an impact that goes beyond me. Basically, meaning that if I were to disappear, uh, my legacy of what I was able to do remains there, and remains in the, as something that people were able to benefit from.
Of course, and I'm sure you will, because it aligns completely to what you mentioned. You have to find your why and your passion and work hard at it. Mhm. And I can tell you're doing it, and you're doing an amazing job, and it's just incredible. This is an example of what every single business owner and entrepreneur should be like. Should think. Should have within, so then they can go out and not just do something for themselves, but also create a legacy, an impact that transcends in other branches of community.
Yes, and it's not just about giving back, because I have been giving a lot. I have to say, people have been very generous, as I mentioned before, helping me and everything. And you will think, okay, this is a way to give back, but also giving forward,
Mhm.
and that is also important.
Of course, of course. It's a balance. No? There needs to be a balance in life, and that makes things fun and interesting too. Now, what is next for you? What is your vision of the future? Where you want to go?
Yes, and I always, and that's the part that keeps me excited, is what is next. And that's if you were to talk with my employees, that's something that they will tell you, that I always I talking about, okay, what is next? Um, and for me, next in my career, in my company, is that I have been able to create a technology that is like this one, actually, where we are talking here, but it's a technology that is designed for global events, where anyone can participate, and where language is not a barrier, meaning that you can be a speaker that doesn't speak English, and everybody in the audience, people that speak English, French, Chinese, Japanese, can understand you, because we have interpretation going. And then if somebody in the audience doesn't speak my language, they can just chat and put it in their language, and it automatically translate into the language that I speak. So we can all communicate in
Wow,
all formats, in writing, in speaking, and that is something that I wanted to be able to do. Even if you don't speak, meaning that somebody like that is a hard of hearing can be able to communicate through this platform without problem. So
wow,
it's a platform that is inclusive also.
wow,
Again, communication is the key for good relationships. It's also the access to knowledge, to relations, and to happiness. And this is something that I'm super excited about, and I'm going to be launching this within the next few days, actually. And it's going to be a game changing, for not just uh, for me as a company, but for the entire world. Nothing
wow.
like this exists right now. So I am, as you can tell, I'm very excited, and I'm ready to get out this technology.
Wow. No, that sounds it's just you just blew my mind right there. I mean, you just took it above and beyond, right? You had your problem and then you just went ahead and handled it for the rest of the world pretty much. Wow. And we've been honored to have those news come out that it's soon going to be out there. Wow, thank you.
I need to, I selected your program to make this first announcement. I haven't announced this yet to anywhere. So you have the premiere that you have that information. We will be doing very soon a press release, and we will be having some interviews as well line up. But I want you to know that you are the first and your program. Because
Thank you.
why is that? After all, I am a Latino like you are, and I take a lot of pride of that. And I want to motivate our people to let them know that it is possible and you can do it. And sí se puede. We can make an influence to the world.
Totally. Wow. We're honored. I mean, what can I say? I am extremely happy. Thank you very much. It's been an honor all the way to this point, and we're blessed. We're blessed by having you here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank
It's
you.
gonna be amazing. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I will be doing a demo to you very soon.
Fantastic. I can't wait. All right. Now here is my favorite question. Mhm. If you could go back in time and tell your past self the most important advice to be successful, what would that be?
I have thought about that before, and let me just answer that by giving you an experience. When I was a kid, I attended my elementary school and my secondary school to, to two different schools that taught English. That was one of the language, one of the things that items that you learn. And I was, and I never liked to learn foreign language, English especially, and that was in my mind. It was because everybody speaks Spanish here in Peru. Why do I need English? And I didn't have a purpose. I didn't have motivation. So I did very poorly. I remember my teachers in high school. They came to me and say, "You are not doing very well. You're going to fail in this class." And I was telling them, "I know. I just don't have the motivation. I just don't see why you have to learn English." But then I uh, I left Peru. I came here and I was thinking, I was having a huge regret. I should have learned English, not just English, I should have learned other languages too. And I started to learn about the importance of communication, why communication was so important. And I wish I wanted to be, put more time into learning languages and also more time into learning how to be a good communicator. I think that will have helped me to accelerate uh, what I have been able to achieve today and even do more.
Mhm.
But one thing that you should know is that years after this situation, coming here to the United States and establishing my business and experiencing uh, this great success that we have talked about, I went back to Peru and I actually went to visit my school, and I saw my English teacher, and she
No.
looked at me, knowing that what I have been able to achieve, and the only thing she gave me was a big smile, and I told her,
Wow.
"You were right. I'm sorry. I should be better." And she was laughing of me, and I thought that was a big lesson of life.
Yeah, what an interesting story. I mean, you went full circle, and I love that.
Yeah.
So, what would be the exact specific advice?
I will say that learning is super important. You never know. There is a lot of things that you probably feel that if you are a high school student, or even if you are a college student, that you will feel this is a waste of time. Really, there is nothing in learning is a waste of time. Education is key, and you have to find your way to get the best possible education. Uh, and if the best possible education for you is to go to a technical school to learn a skill, do that. If the best education you can get is learning something online, just do that. Or if you can afford, or if you can have access to higher education, go for it. If you can do a master's degree, go for that. In other words, challenge yourself. Try to do the best that you can. And I can tell you that you will benefit. There is not going to be a waste of time. I look back at things and I think about there were some things that I thought, oh, to do this is going to take me a year. That's too much time. Really, after doing this for 27 years, 1 year is nothing. So, or 2 years, or 3 or 4, just invest in yourself. And education is the best investment that you can have.
Well said. Ex- Fantastic. I love it. I think everything that you said is just so true. You know what I mean? And I can tell, like we all can see in your face, in your expression, in your tone of voice, that these are things that not only you believe, but they are part of you because you had to go through life and learning. And that is extremely valuable for us to have here in our show to be able to give others all of this knowledge that you have, as well as our other guests, because that's what it's all about. People that went through the hard work of having to learn step by step in life how to become successful, and then how to hold on to that success and help others try to achieve it. That is just something that there are no words that could describe the value of things like this. So I thank you a lot for everything. All of your advice and all of your life lessons are extremely valuable to us, to the community, and to everybody that is going to be watching this in future years. So I really appreciate what you said, and thank you very much.
Thank you, E2, again for this opportunity. And I'm very happy that we have people like you that are uh, doing this type of interviews with the intention to motivate others and to basically help so many people to achieve their dreams and to achieve the true happiness and a sense of completeness. Thank you so much for doing that.
Well, the appreciation is just it's mutual, and I just want to say, uh, by the power invested in me as the host of this show, I now dub you honorary VIP expandifier.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm very humble for that. I appreciate
Thank you very much. I mean, this was one of my favorite ones. I mean, I've had a few that have been. I've said this before. You know, I've said I like this episode. You know, I'm gonna name it my favorite one. This one, this one is just right up there. You know, this is my second. This is the second time that I say that it has been my favorite show.
Thank you, Itu. That's such an honor for me. And I hope that your audience can recognize the effort that you put together in order to bring this type of content to them that is healthy, is clean, is motivational, is very, it has a high purpose. And I just hope that we have many Itus in my community, in our community.
Oh my god, you're gonna make me cry. You think? No, I mean it's mutual. Honestly, you're such an amazing person. I wish I've known you so many years ago because you're just the type of person that everybody needs to have around. So I congratulate you, my friend, and please keep doing everything that you're doing. You're such an amazing model of so many things that people should aspire to be more like you and have the qualities that you have and go from, I mean, honestly, from zero to hero, right?
Yeah, thank you so much, Itu.
All right. Well, that was it for this episode. It was amazing. I had an amazing time here, and I just want to say check us out at expandifiers.com. Find out what we can do to help you bring a change to your business, to your community, to your company, because you never know the impact that you will have, on that little project that you have going on, or maybe on the company that you started a few years ago. If you take it to the next level, then you should ask yourself, what is going to be the impact that I'm going to leave behind as my legacy? And we're here to help you to achieve just that. This program, this show, these episodes is just a little bit in the great task of helping others accomplish that. So thank you again, David. It was amazing.
Thank you.
See you guys on the next one, and do not ever forget to keep those fires burning even higher. Thank you very much, and goodbye to you all. David, I'll talk to you in just a little bit. Goodbye.